Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, FPL Consult here, and today we're going to take a look at Gameweek 4's Dream Team by AI based on predicted points. So obviously, this team is going to be super stacked. We're going to take a look at what Fantasy Football Hub is recommending us. If you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a like and also subscribe as well if you are new around here. So let's jump straight into this video, and of course, Ederson is in goal. They play Fulham at home, 4.8 predicted points for Ederson. Now, hopefully he doesn't concede one of those goals like he did against Sheffield United over the weekend, where Kyle Walker made a mistake and then it was a cheap goal basically for Sheffield, right? But in general, Manchester City are one of the teams with the best defense in the league, actually 0.4 expected goals conceded per 90. So it's not even expected for them to concede one goal a game. They're actually predicted to only concede one goal every 2 games. So those numbers are really good for Ederson, and hopefully he can keep this clean sheet, and 4.8 predicted points if he does keep a clean sheet is pretty conservative there. Right, now in defense, there's Trent, Chilwell and Gvardiol. Now, Trent is definitely someone that's going to turn some hits. I don't really agree with this one. I think Aston Villa may get something because they're so good in the attack recently that I think they will get something against Liverpool. But maybe this model actually takes into account the fact that Trent inverts quite a bit, and of course, in those positions, it's easier for him to pick up a couple of assists as well. And of course, he's on most set pieces. So 5.1 predicted points for Trent. Let's see whether he actually matches this tally. And then for Chilwell and Gvardiol, I think these are picks that we can kind of back a little bit more there, because Chilwell plays Nottingham Forest at home. Good fixture there for him to get clean sheets. And of course, if he does convert his chances, he usually is someone that will be able to get either assists or goals. So 4.7 is actually pretty conservative for Chilwell. For Gvardiol, I think 4.7 is also a decent estimate for him, because he's not someone with a lot of goal threat, but he's someone that can tick along with clean sheet points. So 6 points per game week is something that you can expect from Gvardiol over these next couple of game weeks. He's pretty cheap, 5.0, and of course, on top of that, he seems like the one that is the most nailed after Ruben Dias, right? So Fulham at home, I fully expect him to be able to meet this tally. Right, now, let's take a look at the midfielders. So in midfield, we have Salah, Foden, Sterling, Mbeumo and Saka. So this is an incredibly stacked midfield. Salah plays Aston Villa at home, and 6.3 predicted points for him is actually the highest. Now, at this point in time, it seems as if he's not returning as much as he should, because he's a 12.5 million premium midfielder. But if we take a look at his returns so far, he has actually returned 1 assist every single game from game week 1 all the way to game week 3. So there is some form of consistency here, and Liverpool's attack is still an attack that is pretty good. It's just whether Salah will be involved, and in general, he is someone that is in and amongst the goals. So hopefully in the next couple of game weeks, when Liverpool's fixtures do pick up, he will start to tick along as well. But whether it's justified for him to be in your teams at 12.5 million, that's kind of a different story. 6.3 predicted points for him against Aston Villa, I think is fair. Alright, and then we have Foden and Sterling. Now, both of these midfielders are really in demand right now, and not to exclude Maddison as well, who's actually at 5.1 predicted points this week because he plays Burnley away. If not, I think if he had a slightly better fixture, he would be in this team as well. But for Maddison, Foden and Sterling, they're all pretty high up the predicted points this week. 5.9 for Foden, 5.3 for Sterling, and of course 5.1 as I mentioned for Maddison, right? But the difference between all these three players is in how they kind of get points and what they offer. So I feel like Sterling is someone that will have to get something from open play. Same goes for Foden as well, where I think he is someone that will need to create chances and create goals from open play. But for James Maddison, he's someone that is on set pieces, he's on everything, and everything from Spurs just flows through him. So if I was to pick a midfielder, I would probably go for James Maddison. But these the AI actually does favour Foden against Fulham at home, and there's good reason for that. Now, Foden missed out in game week 3 because of an illness, but come game week 4, it is very likely he's going to start, and he's been playing very, very well from before game week 3. Against Newcastle, he created 7 chances in that game. Right, so that's what we know Foden can do, and I do feel like he's going to come back straight into the starting 11. He's in my own team as well, so it's kind of of situation where I've made my bid and I have to lie in it, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with this slight risk that Foden may miss out a couple of games here and there, especially when Champions League comes in. But how explosive he is, I think 5.9 predicted points for him kind of says it, and so I do feel like Foden is a decent pick. As for Sterling, he's more consistent in terms of starts. He's someone you can be sure is probably going to start every single game. 5.3 predicted points for him. I think with Sterling, it's more a question of whether he can keep up this form, and he's looking really good right now. So let's see how long he can keep this up, especially for Chelsea's good run moving forward from game week 4 until about game week 8, game week 9, where their fixtures are really good. Now, as for Mbeumo and Saka, these are pretty much template picks that we can agree will do quite well this game week as well. Bournemouth at home, 5.5 predicted points for Mbeumo. He's on penalties, he's on a couple of set pieces as well, so I really do favour Mbeumo to do well against Bournemouth, even though he did blank against in game week 3 basically. Alright, and then for Saka, Manchester United at home, it seems like he is still the first choice penalty taker, and of course 5.4 predicted points for him against a Manchester United defense that just looks so shaky. I fully expect him to be able to get this point target. Right, and let's now take a look at the forwards to complete this team. So up front, it's no surprise, Erling Haaland against Fulham is at 9.2 predicted points, which is incredible. It's actually so much higher. It's significantly higher than everyone else in this team. And these are actually the players with one of the highest predicted points for this whole game week already. So that's kind of astronomical numbers here, but you wouldn't put it past Erling Haaland at all to get 9.2 predicted points against Fulham and maybe even more. Right, and then for Jackson, 5.9 predicted points. It's interesting to see that in terms of the AI model, it also has favoured Chilwell, Sterling and Jackson for this week to do really well against Nottingham Forest at home. They're all top, kind of in the top few for their individual departments, whether it's the defense, the midfield or the attack. So we're expecting big things here, and if you can get to this triple up for the next couple of game weeks, Chilwell, Sterling and Jackson, I think loads of points are in store for you. So here we go with this team. This wraps up this whole team, and the total predicted points for this whole team is 72 predicted points. So that's really, really high. If you can get anything close to that, that is really, really good. But of course, as I mentioned, this team has unlimited budget. Let's see how many players you guys can get to from this team. Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and do check out Fantasy Football Hub if you guys are interested. The link is the first link in the description down below. Right, but thank you guys for watching to this point, and I'll catch you guys in the Game Week 4 deadline stream coming very soon after you guys have already started watching this video. Alright, bye bye.